This video is brought to you by Audible. There are some important things we don't learn at school or at home if our family and friends don't have any experience in the subjects, and they are money, business and investing. But one inexpensive way you can gain knowledge on these subjects is through books. And in this video, I'm going to tell you my top 5. Hi, I'm Andy Walker from Monoperty.com, where I blog online about my journey as a property investor and landlord, sharing what works for me and what doesn't to help you start or expand your property portfolio. Some people are very skeptical about self-help books. They sometimes view them as a way of the author making a fast buck and only delivering dreams. And I can understand that because I've read some bad books myself. But I've also read some fantastic books that have changed my life. That's right. Changed my life for the better. They've changed my mindset and got me to think differently about things, and have helped me to make a difference in my life through my property investing goals, through to my blog and this YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, that's enough about me. Let me tell you about my top 5 books. Number 5 is Total Recall, my unbelievably true life story by Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's an autobiography, not a self-help book, but you'll learn a lot from it. This guy is a businessman, and I didn't know that until I read this. I've read Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Alan Sugar and more, who have all written good books, but this is the only biography that's in my top 5. Yes, I'm a fan of his movies. I enjoy a good Hollywood popcorn flick, and I would pick an action movie over a rom-com any day of the week. I knew about some of his success as a bodybuilder and his venture into politics later on in life, which I think is what intrigued me to buy this book in the first place. But what this man has achieved is outstanding and is a true inspiration for anybody looking to develop themselves. Some people achieve great things in their lifetime in 1 or 2 fields. Arnold has achieved great things in at least 4 fields. It's a rag to riches story through sheer determination, and I was surprised to find out that he made his first million through real estate investing, and I can completely resonate with his rules for success, which are detailed in the book. He eats green berets for breakfast and doesn't let anyone tell him that something cannot be done, and I recommend you read it. Number 4 is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. This book gets you to realise just how much of an impact your decisions and actions have that you take every day. It explains how we can form small bad habits that we perform every day that don't have an immediate effect on us, but over a long period of time it can have a devastating effect on us. It also explains the opposite of forming good habits that again don't give us any immediate effect but prove worthwhile over time. In fact, the front cover states, turning simple disciplines into massive action. It's a great book for you to start investing in yourself, and the final chapter assists you with planning your personal development, finance, health and relationship goals. This book will help you get started on the right path. Number 3 is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. First published in 1937, 8 years after the Great Depression, this book has helped countless people and has stood the test of time. It's the result of studying successful entrepreneurs for more than 20 years, including Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, Theodore Roosevelt, Andrew Carnegie, who some say is the richest man who has ever lived, and was also the person that suggested the idea of this book to Hill and others. He conducted hundreds of interviews, studied their habits, found that they had a lot in common, and summarised his findings in this book. Over 70 million copies have been sold worldwide, and whilst I was reading this, I knew I had to change my course of direction if I wanted to make a difference. In fact, I've only read this once, and I need to read it again to refresh myself. Coming in at number 2 is The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. Another book which has been around for years and has also stood the test of time, first published in 1926 and has again helped countless people achieve their financial dreams. Apparently the principles in this book were first distributed in pamphlet form in banks to help customers understand how money works, and it's a shame this is not continued. The principles are easy to understand, but they take discipline to carry out. Anybody that reads this and applies the principles successfully can achieve financial freedom, irrespective of how much they earn. Everybody should read this book. Imagine only having to work 20-25 years and then being able to retire because you've created enough wealth, as opposed to working 45 plus years and then relying on the state to help fund your retirement. I've read this book at least half a dozen times. It's only 104 pages thick and you can get through it in a day. Read it. And number one, my favourite educational book of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, What the Rich Teach Their Kids About Money That the Poor and Middle Class Do Not, by Robert Kiyosaki. A more recent book, first published in 1997 and has sold more than 26 million copies, this book advocates the importance of financial intelligence, independence and building wealth. It's an easy and interesting read and is about Robert's exposure and understanding of money, work and life from the age of 9 and seeing and hearing two different perspectives, one from his biological father and the other from his best friend's father. There are 6 lessons in this book and you may know about 80% of the information that's already in here, but you will start to think differently about what you already know. And you will definitely learn from the other 20% or so. He makes clear the difference between an asset and a liability and explains how some people class their liabilities as assets. He states that your home is not an asset, and if it's your only investment, then you're in trouble. It's not a book about real estate, it's a book about financial intelligence. I've read this several times, and each time I learn something new. Read it, and if you've got children, get them to read it as well. If you're already an active investor, there's a good chance that you've already read the top 3. Most investors I meet have said that they've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and that it inspired them to take control of their future. If you haven't started investing yet, you may be surprised that none of these books are about property investing. I have read books specifically about property investing. Some I found useful and others I haven't. But these books have helped me more because if you have a better understanding of business, investing and money, you will accelerate your progress much more quickly. Have you read any of these books? If so, what did you think? Or do you have any recommendations for me? If you do, please leave a comment down in the box below. I'd be really interested to see what you have to say. I'm on a learning journey and I'm reading most days. I have a list of titles that I'm working my way through, but I'd be really interested to see if there's anything that you think I should add to that list. Before I finish, let's take a quick look at our sponsor for this video. Audible is a website where you can find hundreds of thousands of audiobooks in pretty much any genre you can imagine. You can download these and play them back at any time or anywhere on your smartphone, tablet, computer, iPod or MP3 player. Now if you want to check it out, click the link in the description below and you will get 1 free audio download of your choice and a 30-day free trial today. If you decide it's not for you, you can cancel at any time and your free audiobook is yours to keep forever. If there are any books in my top 5 which you have not read yet, now is a good time to get one as you can get that as your 1 free audiobook to download right now. So if you want to go and check it out, again, you will find the link in the description for your 1 free audiobook. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos, which are all geared towards helping you start or improve your property business. Thank you for watching this to the end. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.